Well, it's funny. Every year we go through this enormously difficult process of just assessing everybody's market share, everybody's user, and the data is pretty consistent from year to year. And so you can tease out some kind of interesting trends in it. But one of them is the market share leaders are losing market share incrementally, and there's always a lot of, like, a pile of people that are trying to take some of that market share, and they seem to be succeeding. And this is really the first year we started to see that. Redtail was down, Orion was a little bit down, and the big winner, I thought, was Advyzon, which moved up pretty much across the board because they got their finger in almost every pie. The other thing that I thought was interesting was that there are certain categories that got energized by new entrants. So, Holistiplan and FP Alpha in the tax space, they've pretty much dominated that. It was a really sleepy category, like very little market share aggregated before, and now suddenly it's literally over 50%. And in the write-up, I say, every once in a while there's an opportunity to throw confetti in the air. And half of the advisors are now using tax management software, which I think is great. Estate planning was another one. But another one that I think is really interesting, and this gets to the buzz here at the conference, is the meeting prep and preparation for prospects, which a company called Jump, which just absolutely crushed that category. And which is interesting because Virgil crushed that category last year. So now we've got two really good competitors, and that space is now animated, which kind of gets to what's going on at the conference right now. You've got, I think the theme is AI. Everybody talks about AI. Last year we didn't even mention AI in our presentation. I did actually. At the end I said, did we even talk about AI? And the answer was no. This year it's what everybody talks about, but what we're seeing really, I think, is the low-hanging fruit. The meeting prep, the gathering data from different documents and which is basically taking unstructured data and turning it into structured data, was how it was mentioned. That's important for time saving. But the other observation is that the focus used to be on the back office. We're going to make the back office more efficient, and we're going to keep doing that and keep doing that. And every T3 was about improvements in the back office. This year, everything is about saving the advisor time and energy. And the themes, I think, instead of AI, I think the themes are time and information, time and data. AI gives you better access to data, and it saves you time. And there are other sessions that are not AI related, like Oleg's data warehouse concept. That's data. And having that, the concept is that every advisor has a lot of data. And every advisor is not totally sure what to do with it. And the idea being that AI is going to access that somehow. But you've got to have an underlying data structure to take advantage of that, which is, the next frontier. Nobody is talking about AI in financial planning, in CRM, in investing. A lot of talk about data in investing. Syntax gave a great presentation, I thought. But, not a lot of evaluation there. So, and finally, I think the next iteration, next year we do the survey, there are going to be a lot more companies in the survey, which is, not exactly what I was hoping for as the analyst. But the other is that there's been a buzz about how AI is making it easier to create. I think Tony Leal said it best. He said, you've got the visionary, and then you've got the execution. And there used to be a long, difficult process from visionary to execution. And the execution was not always great. It was not what the visionary was envisioning. Now with AI, all of a sudden that gap is a lot narrower. It's a lot easier. So I'm thinking that the market share leaders are going to face disintermediation. And as early as next year. It'll be interesting to see what data we gather next year. Within 2 years, certainly. So, but otherwise, I'm walking around here. Who knows what the hell's going on here? There's this huge exhibit hall downstairs. There's this buzz going on. I'm trying to figure out what this all means because I've got to write it up and make it sound interesting. And the fact that I don't really understand what's going on yet makes me a little nervous.